Hi, it's Cory, and today you're going to learn how to play Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. If you're at all interested in the lead sheet for this song or any of my other tutorials and play-alongs, make sure to check out my Patreon. There you can find all of my lead sheets and a ton of other resources to help you be the best ukulele player you can be. If you're at all interested in checking that out, you can find the link in the description box. But otherwise, let's hop into the tutorial. First things first, you always want to make sure your ukulele is in tune. That's going to be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. For this easy version of the song, we're only going to be using 4 chords, and the most common ones are really easy. The first one we're going to be starting with is an A minor chord. For the A minor, you're taking your 2nd finger and then placing it on the 4th string, 2nd fret. The next chord we're going to be using is a C major 7 chord, so that's going to be also your 2nd finger, but placed on the 1st string, 2nd fret. We'll also be using an F major chord, so that is going to be your first 2 fingers. Your first one starting on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then your 2nd finger is going on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And just as a little tip too, when we transition a lot between the A minor to the F chord or going from the F chord to the A minor chord, all you need to do is lift up or put down that first finger. You shouldn't have to lift up your entire hand. So if you see, if I'm on an A minor, I just need to put down my first finger to get to that F. If I want to go back to my A minor, I just lift up that first finger. And lastly, we're going to be using a D minor chord, and what's great about this is this really builds off the same chord shapes that we've been using for the A minor and the F chord. For this, you're starting with your first finger and placing it on the 1st fret, 2nd string, then your 2nd finger is going on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and then your 3rd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. And there's your D minor. Once you're really solid with the chords, that means you can play those chords without having to look directly at the chord diagram. Of course, for the play along, the chords will be on the screen for you too, but it just helps to really smooth out those transitions. Once you're at that point, it's time to look at the strumming pattern. This song is going to be using a variation of the island strum. If you're not already familiar with the island strum, just demonstrate it on an A minor. It's a down, down, up, down, up. For this song though, we're going to take it the next step further and add a chuck. So rather than down, down, up, down, up, we'll have down, chuck, chuck, up. If that is too complicated for you, you can also take this a couple steps back and just play on the chord changes or on the beat. And that would look like this. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. If you wanted to play with the strumming pattern, but you didn't know how to make a chuck yet, it would sound like this. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. And then finally, with the chuck, it would sound like this. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. I find most of the time when putting together a song, it's really valuable actually to use a combination of these different strums that are still very easy and accessible, but it makes your song a lot more interesting. What we're going to be doing, now that you kind of have an idea of all the different strumming patterns, we're going to use a combination of them to make the song a little bit more interesting because this is an easy version. We're not doing like a full picking pattern or anything. Of course though, if you're at all interested in the cool picking pattern that you hear at the beginning of this song in the recording, make sure to like this video and comment down below that you'd like to see a tutorial for that picking pattern. Is for the first 2 lines, we're going to actually just play on the chord change, and that's going to actually include the little intro section where we're doing the oohs. After we get through the first 2 lines, we're actually going to then have the strumming pattern, but without the chucks. We'll then add the chuck when we get to the chorus. Basically though, once we get to the chorus part, it's pretty much all the main strumming pattern with the chuck. There are a few times though that we're going to make a little bit of variation. Those variations are mainly going to be happening on the D minors right before we get to the chorus again. So for instance, in that first verse, when we have the end of the verse, we have, and tonight had something wonderful. Now when we get to that D minor, we're just going to strum and then let it ring, and then get prepared to go into the full strumming pattern. So that transition will sound like this. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights. nights sitting alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know. We're going to do that at the end of every one of the verses. We'll do the strumming pattern with the chuck, but when we get to that D minor, we will just let it ring. The only other time this is going to change is when we get to the bridge section. On the bridge, we're just going to play everything on the chord changes. So the bridge will sound like this. We took the long way round and burned till the fun ran out. And then we're gonna go right back into that chorus. So those are all the main sections of this song. The only part you have to kind of work at is putting them all together. If you think you're at that point, check out the play along and you can see how it's all put together, either just watching it all the way through or joining me and playing along. So let's do it. 1, 2, here we go. Ooh. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to wide eyes staring in space, and I know I'll lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to wide eyes staring at space, and I know I'll lose control of the things that I say. I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to we took the long way round and burned till the fun ran out. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to wide eyes staring at space, and I know I'll lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. Ooh. And that's the whole song. So it's pretty easy. You just have that really, really repetitive progression going on of A minor, C major to F. It changes up a little bit in the chorus where we add the D minor to that, but otherwise very simple pieces that hopefully you find easy to put together. If you liked this tutorial and like to see more, please give this video a like and also comment down. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button too. That way you always know when I have a new tutorial or skill video coming out. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you next time. Bye! Bad habits lead to late nights.